All right, so Phase is a big one right now to watch, I guess. I really do like Phase for the break back above 24. I could take a starter here pre-market, because I really do like it at open for the break at 24, and then it pushed through its high here of 24.50. I could take a small scalp. I don't know if I would want to count this trade though, if I'm being honest, just because it's out of my price range. I'm gonna take small share size. The spreads are like 10, 20 cents. So I don't know if I want to count this because if it does rip, I have the potential to make like $600 or something. Let's just say. So it's hard to say whether I really want to count it, but we'll try it. We'll see what's going on with it. I might just take a starter. Depending on how this 1 minute finishes, I might just take a starter right out of the gates, but I'm expecting a false break just off that 5 minute candle. I prefer if it breaks its 5 minute low and then shoots up. So I could buy the dip on it. Dip opportunity 22.40. I'm gonna buy in there. Looking for this back above 24.50. Sold it right there. So that was a really good trade. Problem, like I said, is that that's over. I don't know how much. We'll just check. Yeah, so it's like $400 already. $400 in the first trade. I mean, that's a wrap for me. I'm basically done. I'd pretty much be done for the day. But I'm not gonna end the stream here. Don't worry. Um, we'll continue trading. It's just I don't know. Like yes, that was a real trade. I would have taken that for real, but I don't know. Too soon to take a trade this out of this price range. I don't know. But we do have MGAM on watch. That is one that we did have on watch, but this one's already pulled back such a large amount pre-market, and it had a huge symmetrical triangle formation. Obviously, it's rejecting, so I didn't have much faith in it to begin with. This is our leading gapper, and it's already failing. But BBBY did look pretty good actually. If it could recover VWAP, it looks pretty good to the high side. Um, the daily high to break looks pretty good as well. This needs to get back to its pre-market highs here, or at least its pre-market VWAP. So phase popping back up. We'll continue looking at phase. Phase doesn't look bad here for an entry back above 23. Just 23 is a big resistance point. This is our first. Oh shoot! I didn't mean to click that one. So this is our crucial level. Obviously, if it can't hold, then you know it's going down. So both these levels here are pretty crucial. It's just trading in a small range. If it breaks below this 1 minute candle, then I'd say this to the downside for a while, just based on its 5 and 10 minute looking so bad. So here it goes breaking lower. If it can continue holding and then pull back up here to 23.50, then it wouldn't look so bad either. To the long side, obviously the 1 minute MACD is not all there though. Let's see. So we only have this one in BBBY on watch. We'll keep both of them on watch. I think phase can come back, but it's going to be quite a while before it does. BBBY in the meantime is curling back above its levels here, back towards VWAP. So let's see if it can hold or if it's gonna reject. High here is 1488, so literally right here is the high on the daily. If this 1 minute can finish below it, I'll take an entry for a breakthrough 88. Hopefully it doesn't break through on this candle though. I could take since I already have a cushion, I could take a 500 share starter, but I gotta realize it's 3 candles up already. It's a little choppy. It's 87. Big seller at 15 for sure, so I'd have to sell somewhere there. I don't want to get in too high. I'm going to take a larger share size on this. There's 88, 89. So it broke its high there, daily high. Taking a start at there, 82. Nope, I'm cutting it. So took that loss. I'm not gonna do what I did yesterday and just hold it. So that was a 16-cent loss, 500 shares. That was an immediate loser too, and I should have known. So I gave back a good amount of profit there, and a nasty drop with it. So 90 bucks, 15 cents, 90 bucks. I don't want to give back all my profit either. This pulled back way too much on that candle. So I'm not gonna push my luck. Gotta wait and think about what I'm doing. This wasn't a good candle to get in on, I guess. Like I said, I gotta be careful because it was 3 candles up. Rejected that 88 level already. So this is my first scalp to not work. Phase worked perfectly, but it was the first minute, so the most volatile. See if this can recover. If this can break back above VWAP into the 80s again, it won't look so bad for an entry. But this would need to break back above into the 80s. So there it is, 70. High of this candle is 90. I didn't even see 90. That's insane. So it's having a hard time holding these levels too. See, I'll take an entry in the 70s here again. Taking an entry there at 75, right at VWAP. Looking for the break of this high. Potential rip to 15. There's 90. Can we break through 90? Hmm. 79 is 80 again. It's on there at 88. It's not wanting to do it. So I was in at 74, got out at 88. And there's the final breakthrough. Jesus. That's what I was looking for. Just didn't happen it didn't happen fast enough. I wasn't gonna hold that. I wasn't gonna hold that for. Okay. New target 1515 is our first resistance level, our first major one. 1515. Seller's stacked there. Do have a big seller at 1520 there. Beyond 1515, it's mainly just 1530, 1540. I'd say 1530 first. Wouldn't want to buy it on this dip. It's pulling back too much. Okay, so this one's a little choppy. We have a 3 candle formation, 1 candle pullback, 2 candle formation, 1 candle pullback. Let's see if we can continue ripping through. We do have the next 5-minute opening here, and it is curling on the MACD. Same with the 10-minute. I could buy here around VWAP since it is holding. Could take a starter. See if I can get a little more of a pullback here. I could take a starter at, I'll take a starter there at 80, what, 3, 84. So let's see if this can continue popping up here. Not I'm completely wrong on this trade. I'm gonna have to stop out here and stop out there at 80. Took a small loss on that. I don't know. It's 1 minute looks pretty bad. I know it doesn't look the best, but the 5 and 10 minutes still look pretty good. They don't look too bad, especially with the MACD curling the way it is. The 5 minute looks worse, if I'm being honest. It does look pretty bad. But the 10 minute does not look so bad, and that's literally what's about to open right here. But again, if the 5 and 1 minute aren't really forming, then it's kind of hard to say. It's just holding VWAP. It's holding pretty good. It broke its low, and now it's still holding above. So that's I'm kind of like, could take an entry, but there's the break. There's the final break lower. So good stop on my part. I didn't keep holding. So it's just unfortunate that finished so low the way it is. Gave some back on that trade. Not too much, but a good amount. About 20 bucks, 30 bucks really. So back to where I was, only up 330, just about. VRAX got halted, going up. Super light on volume. Let's check on phase again. Pulled back to VWAP, and now it's trending lower, bear flag. Okay, so BBBY pulled back too much here as well. Broke its 5 minute low. Hasn't broke its 10 minute low or anything, but man. Tricky day today. If it wasn't for phase, I mean, I wouldn't be up right now. I'd actually be down about $90 to $100. It's too bad none of these are easy to borrow. I could have shorted BBBY once I sold there for the break of VWAP and a push lower. That would have been a very successful trade here. It's unfortunate that to the long side it never broke out fast enough. I thought I was just gonna have one immediate rip to 15. I was losing on it at one point, and then it just popped all the way back up. But I didn't think it had the potential after it popped back up like that. It looked pretty weak, and I didn't want to hold for the potential break of 15. Like if it was really struggling, why would I do it? So as of right now, BBBY is kind of done. I don't really care for it down here. It's going to keep trending lower is what it looks like. It's pulled back way too much from 15.12 all the way to practically 14.12. I mean, it's almost a whole dollar already off its highs. So I don't know. This thing would have to make a strong recovery. What keeps hitting the scans is BWV though. I don't like this one that much. Let's see, we got TBLT, STBX, INDO, Nerve, Kirk, JZ. Oh my god, these are all the same. JZ, INDO, STBX, like they all look the same. Maybe they're in the same group. VRAX, Resumption. VRX doesn't look so bad, but it's not hitting my scans at all for any continuation. MGAM just hit the scans. Okay, so that could have been a nice VWAP entry buy. That's taking off a bit, but it's too green up here. I have to be careful. Shift of momentum is around the pink. So anything above that would be a nice shift of momentum. Nice recovery on its 10 minute as well. I do prefer a 10-minute setup, but the 5 minute doesn't look that bad either. I could just trade the 5 minute. It's not spready. Has a little bit of a spread, like 2 cents, but not that bad. What's the float on this? Float is around 13 million, what I'm seeing. Okay. I do prefer to trade its 5 minute though. So if this can pull back closer to VWAP, I'd probably take an entry there. PXMD just got halted. So I could take a starter around 4. We'll see. I really don't want this to finish high. I want it to finish low so it can break its last 1 minute low, get a 2 count pullback in, and then a push to the highs. But the way it's looking is that it is going to finish high, and it's just going to rip through its 5 and 10 minute easily, and then finally reject. And that's what I don't want. I really don't want that. Let's see if we can get a pullback on this candle. If it just rips, I don't care. I'm not going to take an entry. So it looks like it's going to break its highs there, both on the 5 and 10 minute. See if we get the rejection with it finally. So that was like a 2 cent break. Nothing impressive, and that's exactly what I knew was going to happen. Not interested in that. Now the 5 and 10 minute high broke prematurely. That doesn't look that good to me. Or not the 10 minute, Jesus, the 5 minute. So that's still not that bad, I guess, because the 10 minutes hasn't broken yet. I want to see it pull back a little more. I want to see it pull back properly, but it's so strong. Like it pulled back here, double bottom, but now it's all the way back up to 410. I want to get a better entry. See if we can get another pullback here towards VWAP. Say a break of 4, I might get in. It's 401. All the way back to 411, 412. So I guess that was my time to enter. I could still get in here in the below the teens. I guess I was asking for too much on it. Too much of a dip. I could get in here, but another rejection here. It's getting hard to trade up here, I'd say. So we're coming back down to 07. So here's 4 again. 403. See if we even get a break. Next 10 minutes gonna open here pretty soon. I could take a starter somewhere around this range. Just if it continues breaking lower here, then I don't know if it's a good idea to even get in. Still holding 4. It's just sideways consolidation for now. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I do want to see it break below 4 though, and reclaim at least. It is strong, so buying a dip around 4, I mean, I could take big size on it. But I think what I'll do is just take a 500 share starter, and then there's a break of 4. It's not really bouncing. I don't know. Now that break of 4, no recovery, it's just kind of not it. 5-minute looks terrible now. 5-minute does not look good. 10-minute looks okay, but now it's pushed below VWAP. It's just too far in, I'd say. So let's see, VRAX hitting the scans again. Nice push there on VRAX. Could break its 5 and 10-minute high here. PXMD resumption. Light on volume. Low float though, very low float. 22 is a halt level. Big spreads, 13 cents there for a second. Not really holding. It's now below 5. Let's check on BBBY. Let's check on the other stocks. So BBBY pulling back here after a massive phase of consolidation. So it doesn't look bad. Down here is support. We'll see if it can hold it. I would really say it's probably around here though. That would be the support line, I think. So I could buy in here, 14, whatever, 19. But let's see. So maybe this is support. So yeah, I guess 1410 was support. It's more of a support level. The trend could be changing here. We could see a potential break at the 5-minute high. But let's see what this wants to do. It's going to continue trending lower. Low of this candle's 1408. Just broke, so no, this one's kind of still done. PXMD hitting the scan still. VRAX pulled back too much. It's not easy to borrow. PXMD is also not easy to borrow. INAB. MGAM, let's go back to this one. Let's go back to phase. Phase sideways consolidating here. So everything's kind of done. Everything's kind of just a wrap at this point. I would technically be down today again, another $100. Pretty much I'd be down today. If I didn't take the phase trade, I would be down today. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I want to count it. I would have taken it realistically. That trade, I mean, that was legit. So that's why I'm kind of like, but you don't get those too often. So I don't know if I really want to count it. I don't know. For some reason, I don't feel like I should count it. I don't have an exact reason. I just don't feel like I should be counting it. I guess it's because it's technically breaking my rules, but I mean, I was profitable on it. I saw the move, saw the potential it had, and I took it. But I don't know. A massive rejection, halt going down. That's disgusting. That's so annoying. So PXMD halted. There it is, going down. Nasty rejection. Not even sure what happened there. VREX. I don't trust this one on the 5 and 10-minute. I'm not interested in it. MGAM didn't look so bad, but just based off its massive pullback on the 5 minutes, unnecessary pullback on the 5-minute. I just couldn't do it. But I get it. The formation on its 1 minute just wasn't looking good. So that's why I didn't even bother taking an entry when it broke four. I was like, nah, it doesn't look good. So why buy it at VWAP for a potential bounce? Like it didn't look like it could. So MGAM again rejecting here. The only way it would look good is if it bounces all the way back up to 390 here. But no, it's not happening. So still breaking lower. 5 minutes still looks trash. I'm pretty sure the 10 minutes gonna be trash, finish trash. So whatever. VREX does not look bad here for a push, but let's see if this one does the same thing that PXMD did, just a massive rejection. It's choppy too, so I wouldn't even trade it. About a 5 cent spread. A little over 5 cent spread, I'd say sometimes. Check on phase again. Phase doesn't look so bad. It's 5 minute and 10 minute look like they have potential false breakout. Or they have false breakout potential, say. If it can hold this 1950 level, and then pop all the way back up above 20 and recover, it doesn't look terrible for a potential rip back up to its 22 level. So here it is. There's a break and it pushed back above 20. Let's see if it can hold. I really do like phase here for a short, actually. Break of its next 5 minute low. It is curling right here. I could see a small curl happening. It's holding below 20 pretty well. It's up and down in 20. For it to look good for a long, it had to break this high here, I think, of 2030, basically. Have to recover and potentially come up to this high of 2070. But it looks pretty good for a short, I'd say. It's 10 minutes finishing low, it's 1 minute finishing low, and it's 5 minutes also forming a bull flag. So it does not look bad. Let's check on MGAM again. Let's go back to these stocks. BBBY, that one still looks trash, so BBBY. This one also doesn't look that good. Looks okay for its 10-minute potential, but even then I'm not feeling this one. It's 1 minute, it's just too far below VWAP right now. It's for me to want to take a trade on it, and its MACD is coming to a close as well. So it doesn't look good to me at all. BWV. Yikes. Those massive drops on this one. Disgusting rejection there. I mean, I understand it is a triangle formation, and then it did reject, so it's, I mean, it wasn't obvious, but I mean, that could have dropped. I wouldn't have thought I would have dropped that much. It's crazy. VRX looks just the same. So it is forming a triangle formation here, and it's breaking lower. So I would expect VRX to actually drop here. I wouldn't expect it to hold up. If it does, I mean, great, but it's finishing low and it's pulled back below VWAP again. I don't know. Here's a push lower. I don't think we're gonna get an equal size drop because you have a whole lot of sellers stacked there at 17 and then 11. We'll see though. 24 now. If this can somehow finish strong around 1450 or 450, then it would not look bad for another push through its highs, but it would have to finish around 450. Let's go back to phase. Phase recovering here. So the short was not happening, and now it's actually pushing back above. It's holding these levels. I could get in here 41, 38 even. Bit spready. Let's see if it wants to reject here. 30-cent spread, so it'd be a huge risk taking this trade. I'm down immediately, 30 cents. Here to broke its 5-minute high. 34. I'd be going for this 5-minute high of 71. Retest of 71. Could have got in there actually. I wasn't paying attention. I could have got in there at the low of this candle of 30. Even for a quick scalp it would have worked, I guess, but it's not breaking out as significant as I want it to. High this candle is 55. Not a significant breakout just yet. I have to wait for another 5-minute setup. So there's the break of that last 5-minute high. But can we hold these levels? I'm curious. Or are we gonna reject all the way back down? So I guess that was the candle to get in on. There's a retest of 21. So if we get the break at 21 here, so it could get in there at 2091. There's a break at 21. Back down. Nope, still above but barely. That's a significant break there. That's a nice break. It's a nice curl. I should have taken it back here, 2030. That would have been the smart move. but now it's ripping. I do like its next 5 minute. If this can finish pretty high around 2170, that'd be cool. Get a pullback, buy the pullback entry, and expect another 1 minute rip here. So FAZE pulling back here. I'll take a small starter of 300 shares, closer to VWAP here, closer to 21. See if I can get that entry. Ask is not moving for me. Well, it just broke its 1 minute high. So it broke its 5 minute high. Makes me a little nervous getting in up here if I would. 30-cent spread there. Pulled back to the 20s for a second. Ask is still not moving, still at the 40s. Back in the 60s. That was a 40-cent spread there. Jesus. So it's really risky even trying to take this trade right now. I could just give away all my profit on a flush like that, just like that. If I was in there at 2160, I mean, that was a drop all the way down to what? Well, basically a whole dollar share. That would have been all my profit gone right there in one move. $21.73 is a high. Could get in here for another potential rip. I'm gonna still wait it out for some sideways consolidation. I think this is gonna sideways consolidate one more candle, and then we can get in again for the rip through 22. Because now my target would be like the break of this high, which is 21.98. Once we break through that high, we have free range all the way up to 23. We don't have much resistance till that level. So nice pullback here to VWAP. Gotta be careful because this 1 minute MACD is coming to a close here. But it could just curl off its level and then ramp back up. Depends on this 5 minutes. 5 minutes is completely red right now, so I gotta be real careful. This thing could just reject on me completely. Bro gets low there. Will it pop back up and recover? I'm curious. Not quite, just a rejection. So I guess my entry should have been here in this range, somewhere in this range here, really at the low of this candle, which when I originally called it out at 2030, that would have made sense, but oh well, just let the whole thing ride without me. That was over a dollar share move, about a dollar 30. I could have also gotten up here for a VWAP break. That would have been a good move as well, but about an 80-cent move there, just didn't take down either. So, oh well. Check on BBBY. Pulled back, but now it's finally breaking lower on its bear flag. MGAM. Curling here, but I don't really care for this one at this point. GSL sitting in the scans. I don't care for this one either. PXMD. VRAX. Yeah, so VRAX did the same thing the other stock did. Rejection. And that's kind of it. I don't have any of the stocks that I have on watch. INAB. This one doesn't look so bad, but it's too slow of a mover for me. For some reason the slower moving stocks I always do terrible on. Like I can never capitalize on these stocks. Like I guess it's because I'm going for scalps on them, and I mean if they're moving real slow, like I can't really get a scalp in. But I don't know. Doesn't look bad here for a break back above 3 though. Looks okay. So if I got in there at 94, with this break above 3, It's like 97 there. If I still at 97, that'd be a break-even trade already on commission. There's 301. So a 1 cent break. Let's see if we break through 301. It's 3 again. Rejection off 3. Nah. See if it wants to break back above this one. 301, 304. So now it would have been worth it. 1,000 shares starter at 294 to 304, I guess. So a 10-cent move, 3 cents go to commission, so $70. It's basically what I would have made on that trade, $70. Okay, so rejection with it. Okay, I think that's it for me. I finished up, let's see, 333. So finished up 333, made some of my loss back, but then gave some back again. So I was at 360. It was 390, then 300, then 360, then 330. So I don't know. I would technically be red today about $60 if it wasn't for that phase trade in the beginning. I could have made more money on phase there. I didn't take the second trade that I should have. Phase, ended up curling back to VWAP and now it's rejecting. But I seen it here at 2030 and I should have taken that rip all the way up, but instead I just waited it out. I thought I was gonna do it in its next 5 minutes, so I didn't want to bother. But no, it did it pretty early, 2 minutes early, and I should have taken my entry here. I mean, it made perfect sense. I was too afraid of the risk of it dropping back to 1950, so I didn't really want to take it. But either way, a nice day, nice recovery off these past several days. Jesus, it's been really really bad these past several days. So I'll take it, and we'll count the first phase trade because, like I said, realistically, I would have taken it. It looked pretty good. For a potential move higher. I just wish that I got in a little lower when it came down to 2270. I wish I would have just taken that entry. Instead, I hesitated a bit, but I finally pulled the trigger, and it ended up ripping all the way to its high, which was my target, the break of this high here, pre-market of 46. So I sold it basically at the top, 2450, and got in a little lower than where I wanted, so an even better entry than what I wanted. But still profitable at the end, about $400. Again, this is a sim account, so it's not legit. But with 300 shares, I mean, that was a pretty good rip there. If I took a little more, that would have been cool, but no. So, okay. I managed my risk pretty well today after yesterday's loss. Yesterday, Jesus, man. From, green to red almost in basically immediately in one trade. And that was just my fault. I don't want to have self-discipline and let the trade, turn against me, and it completely whipped me. So that was just terrible. That's what I get. I mean, I didn't follow my rules. I didn't have my stop loss set or anything. It's just a mental stop, and that's what I get. So whatever. We'll work on it, and that's what we're working on today. I worked on it. I tried my best to sell, take a loss when I could, or take a loss when I had to. And I think today I stopped up pretty well in some trades. This is the first one in which I was already getting like I should hold, but I just got rid of it as soon as I could. So this one back here as well, I got rid of it as soon as it wasn't working. I was like, nope, I'm just gonna sell it. So I got rid of it. And being aware of my surroundings as well, so I didn't even check the 5 or 10 minute yesterday. I just looked at the 1 minute, and then once it's in the 5 and 10 minute, I was like, ooh, this looks good for a long. If I would have just cut my loss there and then flipped long, I mean, that would have been a really successful trade. I would have put me green for sure, but I don't know. It's too late, I guess. I always have time to review though. INAB recovering here, pretty nice recovery. See if it breaks its high. So there's a nice break, and it literally just hit my scans right now. It's a nice break here, nice push. Recovery of 3 and a rip all the way to 320 there. So awesome. We'll wrap it up here though, like I said. Up 333 today. I'll see you all tomorrow.